effortless.
75 burpees in 7 minutes, 38 seconds.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 13, day 12. Today's workout was called Easy 75, so it was a 75-minute run at an easy pace and followed up with 75 burpees. So I have to say today was just one of those runs where everything kind of clicked. I felt really great, so I was able to just kind of clear my head and just focus on the run, which is pretty rare for me because running is just not one of my favorite things to do. If I think too much about it, I end up not wanting to do it. So usually if I know I'm going to go for a long run, I'll prepare everything the night before, like the outfit I'm going to wear, the shoes, like all my gear, just so I can wake up and get out the door, because the more I have to like get ready and think about it, I end up talking myself out of it. Running for me is one of those things where I kind of feel everything. You know, my legs hurt, my lungs hurt, I can't breathe, and end up just kind of dreading it all the way through, unfortunately. But today it was the exact opposite. I just lost myself, and by the time 75 minutes was there, I felt great. I felt really good. Got 7.1 miles, which I'm pretty proud of. I'm not a long distance runner, so 7.1 miles in 75 minutes I'm proud of that. I definitely want to get a little bit faster, build up my endurance a little bit more before I head out, but I'm gonna chalk that up as a win. So something else I wanted to talk about that I've been kind of testing out, experimenting with my long endurance runs are like the electrolyte gels and the different types of like energy things. You know, people use like the goos and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of the goos. I've tried them before in the past, but I will probably end up bringing a couple with me on the Beast just in case. What I have been using are these Cliff blocks. They're energy shoes. They recommend doing it every 60 minutes, and I did one right at 60 minutes because I knew I had to do 75 burpees after, and I didn't want to like get to the end of the run and just be totally done. So I took one at 60 minutes and felt great, really good. I also started my left leg started cramping a little bit, so I took one of the Gatorade electrolyte chews, and I don't know if it was just a placebo or what, but I was able to get over it, stop thinking about it, the pain wasn't there. So just some things that I will recommend for maybe not the sprint, because it's fairly short, but the super. I did end up taking a couple of electrolyte chews and one goo kind of right in the middle of it, and I think it just kind of helps keep you going, keep the energy level pretty level, and the cramping down. So something I recommend. I'll probably go a little bit more in depth as to what I will be bringing on the day of the race in future videos. So I usually bring this with me on my run, and then also of course water, lots of it. And so for the super, what I did is instead of just water, because they'll give you water after certain obstacles at the race, I put electrolytes in here, just a couple of electrolyte tablets, just so I was, again, kind of preventing cramping as I was going along. So another thing I would recommend doing. Lastly, an app that I just discovered, I'm sure everyone knows about this app, I didn't. It's called Zombies Run. My husband was talking about it yesterday because I was telling him I have to go for a run today, and he recommended Zombies Run for people who, again, want to run because they know it's good for them, but don't necessarily like it because it's, just, kind of awful. But what this app does is it's kind of more hitch training, because you're going at a pace, and then all of a sudden, like, a zombie starts coming and it's chasing you, so you kind of speed up so that it doesn't get you, and you pick up like items along the way, and it's a part of a whole story. You can set it at a certain distance, and you can set it at a certain time. So say today I was going for the 75-minute run, I could have set it at 75 minutes and played along with the story. So I didn't do that today, but I might on some of my shorter runs, just to kind of test it out. So for those of you who are like, 75 minutes of running, that sounds awful, I feel your pain, but also maybe consider looking into some apps like that might make it a little bit more interesting. Find a partner, a running partner, somebody to go out and suffer with you, or a group. I know, like, here in Texas, where I run, they have running groups, and I think, it's just like a Facebook thing, meeting here at 7 a.m, let's go for a run. So just a few suggestions to get you out there and maybe actually enjoy running. So maybe that's just me, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who's like, running. Yeah, I think that will do it for episode 13. I am almost halfway through this series, which is awesome. So hope you guys have a good night. I will be back tomorrow